to the old pre-bet show. This is episode 28 of our podcast version of the show. I'm JP.
I'm M Sizzle.
Oh, and we got some NFL conversations to kind of help us carry us along this off season. We're going to start by talking about the NFL teams from the bottom up. This could be a one or two part series depending on how far we get and talk about these teams, because some teams we might not have a lot on, but some teams we might be here talking about forever for. And yeah, NFL standings here. I'm gonna bust that out here. NFL standings, league, and flop it up from worst to best here. And yeah, that means we're starting right off the rip with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hmm. Well, kind of just depends on what we all think. They're drafting that number one quarterback there.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that the Fernando Mendez will be
Yeah.
going
It
number one.
just depends on if hey, we all think, smart pick. They're gonna pick him Mendez up or
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
They pick him up. The $1 million question's going to be,
Yes, it is MC.
you know what I'm going with, right?
The old Max Crosby.
No, no, no.
Oh, oh,
Number
oh,
one question is going to be, can he transition
oh, oh. Okay, okay, okay.
into into the pros? And I mean, I think the guy's just gifted.
Yep.
He's got something special. I
Run
think
it.
he'll be all right, but now are the Raiders gonna build around him? Is the other question,
Right,
right?
right.
And if they do all those, right,
Mhm.
and they build the team. I don't think they'll be in the bottom anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
But could it could go sour though. We don't know. Only time will tell, JP. What's your odds? What's your predictions?
I think you're hitting the nail right on the head. To start that, I definitely agree. Fernando's going to come, and I think he's going to be steady. Uh, I think, yeah, they need to start building around him more. I mean, I know they picked up the best running back last year in Ashton Genty. I think he'll be solid. A few years ago, they drafted a tight end in Brock Bowers. He's a monster. So I think they have a little bit of weapons already there ready for him to go in. Now, their line isn't great. Their wide receivers are non existent. And I think with them drafting him number one, let me see NFL draft order here. NFL.
It's
So I just
definitely gonna hurt the team, to be honest, to build wise.
let me just see the draft order real quick. Just for the sake of seeing what the second round looks like. Will they let me see the second? Not this one. Give me the second round. Give me the second round. Oh, this isn't giving me the second round. I'm just trying to find. Okay, so they must have traded their second round pick around because they have the fourth pick in the second round. So I mean, if they're gonna try to snag a wide receiver, then I don't know what's gonna be available because
Yeah,
there's a handful of teams in the first round snagging wide receivers. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Um, I like this one. This one's actually a good one. That doesn't mock drafts. Nope, they're not really giving me a good one. Yeah, no, just I think if they can pick up a wide receiver and somehow snag some offensive linemen to protect Mendoza, I think that'll give his best opportunity to be a good first year guy and really give him time to like develop. But we know
Yeah.
try to put that many pieces together in one season, drafting number one and getting a quarterback, you kind of, are saying, hey, yeah, that's our guy, and then you're just gonna hope you have uh, good odds in free agency.
Hmm.
They got a lot of cap space, so that helps if they can, keep Crosby and somehow do something else on defense too, get another guy back there.
Yeah.
That's another question mark is their defense.
Frankly, I am so sick and tired of hearing about Crosby drama.
Yeah,
He's
that's why I kind
such
of
a
don't want him to
diva,
come to
bro.
Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, he'd
he's
be great.
a diva,
Yeah, him
bro.
and him and Hutch would probably gel great, but I just feel like the drama that's coming with him, and
It's not worth it.
yeah, yeah,
Plus,
even
he's
Professor
older.
shook his
It's
head. He's like, yeah,
Yeah, plus he's older, and I would just say take the gamble in the draft
yeah, yep,
versus dealing with the drama, the divaness, and all the stuff that comes with NFL. It's like, why can't these guys just play football? Like,
mhm,
just play football. That's what you're there to do. That's what you signed the contract for. And another thing, this is completely off topic, but I'm thinking about it.
mhm,
Why is it damn near every year, like Anzalone, prime example, you signed a contract and then season's getting ready to start, then you want to hold out for more money?
mhm,
Sorry, but the way I look at it is how you should get paid is how good you do on the field,
yeah, I agree.
right? So like we all know Anzalone is not coming back, and I think he knew that. That's why he pulled that shenanigans, right?
Mhm,
It's just like I always think, man, just you guys have like a game that any person would love to be in those shoes to catch a ball in the NFL, right?
yeah,
Like just play the game, man. Go out and compete, play the best team, and you want to win. Don't. And another thing I'm sick and tired of seeing is players giving up on the play on the field.
mhm,
That's another thing that's the NFL is starting to. I'm seeing things, man, that are. It's just like, just play the game. You know,
yeah,
give give what the fans want. Play the game. Catch the ball. That's the biggest thing I've noticed. Like a lot of drops this year. So
yeah,
a lot of good receivers that normally do not drop the ball. They had a lot of drops this year. St. Brown, throw that out there. Work on the work on those catching skills this off season. But yeah, I don't know. The Raiders, like you were just saying, you're not gonna hit it in the first draft. You're gonna
no,
get one, you're gonna get one good apple, and then you gotta make do, man.
mhm,
So let me rephrase that. I think the Raiders, they're gonna struggle this year to work out, and then by next year, next draft, I think that's when you're gonna start seeing, moves being made. You might even see it, you know, this off season. So
yeah,
they got a lot to work on
yeah, I
all,
agree, I
all
agree. And
all
they'll be a
around
fun
there.
team. They're a team that I'm going to keep interest in. You like
Oh,
to
for
see,
sure,
you
yeah.
like to see the Indiana boy pop off in the NFL.
Well, not only that, anybody that, Heisman and the number one pick is always exciting because you want to see the hype, you know?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, you're definitely he's got a bunch of chips on his shoulder, and you just like to see if he can do it.
Could you imagine being in the shoes of him being the number one draft pick and
Oh,
like how much
absolutely.
pressure that's got to be and you're going knowing you're going to the Raiders, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. You already. Yeah, I mean, you come. Yeah, you get your Heisman. You go and win the championship. You're with a team that isn't expected to, be that good because you're Indiana.
Right.
You come in and
Yep.
you squash everybody,
Hmm.
and you would like to see that, that underdog mentality carry into the NFL and not be overconfident. You don't want them to Jamarcus Russell. You don't want them to
Johnny
Manziel it.
Manziel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, you want them to come in and just be a good quarterback, be a good role model, be somebody who in 3 or 4 years from now we're doing podcasts about him, talking about, see, this is the guy that we hoped that he would be. You don't want to see any type of scandals. You don't want to see
Yeah.
him fighting with his coaches. Obviously that tends to be more of a coaching problem than a player problem, but you don't want to see any type of drama, and not necessarily personal drama, but just team drama. You don't want to see, oh, hey, they were one game away from making it to the playoffs or something like that. And then him and Max Crosby start having a fight and being like, come on, get us a sack. Or why are you throwing picks like a maniac? You don't want to see that happen in the future. You want to see them, like you said, M Sizzle, it's not going to happen the first year, but you like to see some type of, like, at the end of the year when we're doing our recap, hey, they showed that the quarterback and the tight end are going to have good chemistry. Let's build around that. Or hey, the running back, he actually is the number one guy from last year that everybody thought he was going to be. Let's go for it. Or uh,
Yeah.
you know, bring try. I'm trying. I've been really really trying to think of a veteran wide receiver who's possibly old, but I don't want to like a Stefan Diggs kind of guy. Yeah, let me look at the free agents here. Let me my position. Uh, I got him here. Some of these guys are probably gonna get re-signed. Do it by money. Do it by age. Uh, maybe a DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen. Let's see who else here. Tyler Lockett.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I mean, even if Mike Evans left Tampa Bay and went there for 1 year, yeah, because he's a free agent too. A Brandon Cooks, he would be a nice number two. If they Tim Patrick, he would be great over there too. Just somebody to help Mendez have a good first year. Somebody who's reliable. I'm if they somehow snag Tyreek Hill, that would be sick. Go
Yeah,
ahead and
but
give him.
let's face it, nobody's jumping to the gills to go play for the Raiders.
And that's the thing. You got to somehow find a way to package the idea that,
Yeah,
hey, Mendez is the guy. We
smooth
need
it
you to cut.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You're not
yeah.
gonna have your 1,000 yard year this year, but you know what? If you
Next year,
the next
yeah,
year, yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, that's the thing. Like, but they're still more of an attractive team than this next team we're about to talk here. M Sizzle, the Jets. They're the next team here on the bottom. They
do we
have.
want to waste our breath talking about this team
I
or what?
think I think I think I have some breath that I would love to waste talking
All
about these
right.
guys here.
I'm sure we got some Jets fans that view the channel, so yeah, I mean we got to.
Mhm. Mhm.
They're gonna be ass.
They
They're gonna
are.
be
I,
cooked. They are gonna be cooked again, bro. And what blows my mind and what has me baffled, dude,
yeah.
is who is the head coach?
The old Aaron Glenn.
What is he? A
He's a
defensive guy, right?
uh-huh.
What in the hell happened in at the Jets, bro? Weren't they the
Zero.
only team this year that had not one on defense, not one interception?
Zero interceptions, my guy.
Zero. That is
They couldn't
absolutely,
even get one while they had Sauce there for the first 8 weeks.
bro. I mean, I honestly don't even know where to begin with. Like we could have like a whole series
And that's
on
that's
just
that's what we're here for. We're here to just talk it. We can break it down. We might only get 3 teams deep today.
they are in the same boat as the Raiders.
They
Okay,
really are.
what do you want to come to New York? Look at New York. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at
But
come
here's the
on.
thing. The difference is Mendoza. He's excited to go and play for the Raiders.
Right.
The guy who was going to get drafted number 2, Dante Moore from Oregon, he decided to stay in school. So now there's only one quarterback worth going in the first round this year. There might be a guy. I'm not trying to knock on anybody else, but as far as the mocks and the rankings and stuff, there isn't a guy in the next 32. And so now the Jets get the next best player in the draft, and that's a defensive end slash linebacker, Avril Reese from Ohio State.
Oh,
Is he going to help him get that one more interception this year? I mean,
dude.
they need so much more. And I hate to say it, but this poor guy, he's going to probably have 2 or 3 really good years. Maybe in the future turn into like a Mike Parsons, where like he's on the Jets, but he's just or an Adama Sue. He's going to come in,
Yeah.
he's going to produce, he's going to be the guy that you see running everywhere, busting his ass, and then you're going to be laughing at all the other guys, kind of like Hutch his first year there when like he was killing it, but nobody else on the line was, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, and offensively, they got an okay running back, but they don't have a scheme. They don't have a offensive line. They don't have a tight end. They got a really good wide receiver, but they don't have a quarterback. They're not going to get a quarterback. If they have the opportunity to sign somebody from like a high school, that's probably going to be their best opportunity
I
because
was just gonna suggest that. That's their only chance of possibly winning.
yeah, yeah. I
Like
mean,
as a coach, where do you even start, honestly? Like
I,
where do
I,
you start?
yeah, you got to start with whoever you hope will. Let me look at their
I'll
cap.
tell you. I'll tell you where you start. You weed out the guys that are there for the paycheck. You get the guys in that want to win. They want to turn the Jets franchise into a winning, contending team. That's where you start. On an organization like that, they have been just trash for years, dude.
Yeah, well, and here just to add this in there while we're talking about it.
Okay.
Uh, the Vegas Raiders and the Jets have the top 3 cap spaces for next year, so they got room to like talk somebody in. They could talk a Mike just to Raider cap the Raiders real quick. They could bring in
Honestly,
somebody.
honestly, the Jets' only hope was when they had Rodgers, dude. That's when like
Oh,
players wanted to go and
oh,
play for the
yeah,
Jets.
no, they missed. They absolutely killed that window, and
They
it sucked
stabbed
that.
their own toes on that one, dude.
Yeah, besides, you got to give him credit. He got hurt the first year. That's it is what it is. But
Right.
that next year that he played, you know,
Went off,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, he did okay. But just the rest of the team was not there. They even brought in Devonte Adams. They had the real cool. He was in the middle of an interview the day that
Yeah, I seen that. I
Devon,
remember that.
that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had the cool video that would have been awesome if they made it to the Super Bowl. You play that, just before you play your intro, like, oh, Tay's here. They couldn't do
Yeah.
it. They couldn't make it happen. Him and Devontae had some decent stats for fantasy, but they just couldn't win games. The defense couldn't cap. They just couldn't do anything other than throw to Devontae, and
Yeah, I mean,
that window
you
is
nailed it.
closed.
You nailed it right on the head there. I mean, yeah, they got the money to make something happen, but I just think that players nowadays, they don't, I mean, no team wants to rebuild, okay?
No, no,
No
and
team
that's
wants to, but they have, let's face it, fans, all our subscribers, just face it, they have been rebuilding and rebuilding and rebuilding to get worse and worse and worse. That's ass backwards, right?
yeah.
So they have the money. but I just think that
Whoa, whoa,
nobody
whoa.
wants to go there and play. And there and Aaron Glenn is going to have really tough time. And to be honest with you, I don't know his contract or how long he's got there,
Hmm.
but I really think he's on some thin ice there, dude. And
Oh
granted,
yeah.
this was his first season as a head coach,
Hey, go grab me a Pepsi real quick, bro.
but nowadays in the NFL, it's like he got like a term of some teams are like 1 year you're done, right? Nowadays, I think that's how the NFL is going.
Yeah.
If the coach can't win a game, like the Jets, for instance,
Hmm.
they were bad last year. And I mean, let's face it, on the internet, they were just like memes everywhere about the Jets, dude. And that stuff gets back to the owners. And I just think that if he doesn't produce this year, he's going to be looking for a job. He might actually be knocking on Ford Field's door. Hey, can I do something in there for you
Hmm.
guys? Or
Oh yeah,
you know,
no, and you're right. I mean, when you have such a bad first year, it really shortens your second season to be, hey, you could
yeah,
see him gone really early if they start off 0-4 or 0-5 and they don't have a pick. That you're gonna see gasoline poured all over New Jersey, buddy.
it just looks like he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's sad because he is a defensive minded coach.
Yeah, no, yeah,
So
I hated to see him leave. I really do.
I did, but hey, man, he must have wanted the big money or something because there's no way in heck, man, you could any right-minded person would be like you had a great foundation in Detroit. Okay, yeah, they
Hmm.
shook some things around, but why couldn't he wait just like 1 or 2 more years to like make that move? But they must have paid him really good, and yeah, I liked him in Detroit, but he wanted to go and do bigger and better things, and yeah, I just
He's
I
doing
just
it. He's doing
he's
it all
he's
right.
setting all the records all on the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
So
hey, well, good for him. Yeah, he's gonna
good
get
for
himself.
him.
He's in Canton.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep, good
He's
for him.
good for him.
And like one
Yeah,
of my customers said the other day, the only thing that he was really recognized for this season was when that team got that kick return and he was dancing on the sideline.
yeah, I remember that.
That's the
Yeah,
only highlight he had.
right. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna Professor. Are you just turning it over real quick? All right, when you're done there, I'll have you come over. We're only two teams deep, but I want to get your opinion on some stuff to see if there's anything we kind of missed with these two teams here that we've been talking about.
I'm sure we missed a lot, but
Yeah,
oh,
well, here I'm gonna set the microphone here in the middle and see if it picks them up. The first team that we were discussing was the old Vegas Raiders.
Yeah,
They got the first pick in the draft.
yeah.
They had the number 1 running back last year in the draft. He did okay, but the team was rough.
Oh, Genti, right?
Genti, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's really good, but
And then they've got probably one of the best tight ends in the league once he gets a good quarterback, and that's Brock Bowers.
Bauer is
Going
real.
into his third year, and he's been a staple for that
No,
team.
he's a top tier,
And well, other than Max Crosby, they don't have a defense.
and they don't have much of an offensive line because that's why Genti just did okay. He should have done a lot better. If you'd have put him behind a good offensive line, Genti would have been in the top 3 or 4 without any question. He's just fun to watch. And you're right, they got a great wide receiver, Max Crosby. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't think he wants to stay there any longer. You can't go through 4 rebuilding cycles in your career.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
him and Miles Garrett both in
ain't
the same
happening.
boat.
Yeah, so But what's wrong is the teams with money aren't at the top tier. Kansas City couldn't afford them. L.A. couldn't afford them. Uh, maybe Seattle. I don't think they've overspent. But all the teams that
Raiders are at the second highest.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, go
Kansas City is the worst in the cap right now.
yeah, Kansas City. We knew they were the worst.
The Saints,
Minnesota's
Dallas, Miami. Right now we're -9, but we still got some people to chop off of free agency.
yeah,
This is before free agency chops too.
yeah. Then you got teams in the middle with some room like Baltimore, uh, Chicago. I would hate to see them go to Chicago, but they could afford them. Seahawks could afford them. They've got a great defense, and what they need to do. They've got a decent offensive line, decent receivers. They just need to make sure they back up one or two defensive guys and pick up a backup receiver. Seattle. To,
They're going to probably pay Walker this year.
yeah, Walker's really good.
Walker's going to get his money, and then next season they got to play Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
And they're both going to be.
Yeah, so you just get a.
So you got to think at least 40 of that's going to get chunked with those two
Yeah,
guys.
that's why you draft their backup now, so he can set for 2 or 3 years behind these guys, and a filler here and there, because you'd never be able to afford a third wide receiver. So
The next team on the bottom that we talked about, our old favorite team here is the old Jets.
I don't know.
Obviously, you were there when we saw that the second quarterback in the draft decided to stay in college.
Yeah,
He wasn't going to get drafted to the Jets. So what are they going to do? They need a quarterback. They're now projected to pick the next best player in the draft, and that's the defensive end from Ohio State.
Yeah.
So they've got as far as the mock, they could somehow a quarterback could pop up in the combine and stuff like that, but
Well,
they wouldn't have to.
they
In this draft, it's one of those you have to take the next
best guy because yeah,
you're not going to get a position that you want.
yeah, a quarterback or
Yeah, because once the quarterback's gone, he's gone. Once that D end's gone, the next best guy isn't until the middle guy.
yeah,
A chunk of them in the middle of the draft there, from like 14 to 20. There's going to be a chunk of defensive ends, but as far as like the game record,
yeah.
that's him. And then because then it goes to offensive line and wide. There's a couple good wide receivers.
Yeah.
Well, there were in the playoffs this year. There was a handful of decent defenders out there, but the Jets are in so much need of help all the way around.
Yeah.
They haven't drafted well in years. And the unfortunate thing for them, you go through 7 rounds, and only one of those guys pan out, regardless of what it is. That's a tough draft. Now, like Detroit, they had one draft. Hey, 4 of those guys made the team the first year.
Yeah, and the next year, 4 of those guys became all pro.
Yeah, so no, so you got to get lucky to a great degree, because out of the top 30 people, 31 people drafted, or 32, they expect maybe 20 of them to work.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but so
That's like the first 3 rounds.
yeah, but you crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. So getting lucky in the second, third, and fourth round, like Detroit did, and there's a few other teams that make some good choices, But I'm.
We got about 6 minutes here. We'll go into the next team here, and that's the Arizona Cardinals. Me and MC haven't really talked about them, but they're definitely a team that you don't know what they're going to do at quarterback because of Kyler Murray.
They got to
They
give
just
it.
got a new coach, so you're curious. He's LaFleur's brother, so he's the Green Bay head coach's little brother. So you're expecting some good things from at least a coaching standpoint, some
Yeah,
positivity there. They got Harrison Smith Jr., legendary wide receiver's son, and that's it. They don't have a defense. They don't have wide receivers. They don't have a running back.
well,
They've been drafting offensive lines, and you're hoping that eventually they'll pan out. But so far, none of them have hit the Pro Bowl or have been, oh, this guy's doing it. Yet.
well, that's the reason I was shocked he took that coaching job. I think there would have been a couple other ones that have been more
Hmm.
appealing. When you know you can't use that quarterback,
Yeah.
but you can't sell him because nobody's going to pay that kind of a money.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
you'd have to do what LA did with Detroit: is pay somebody to take him off your hands. And the only people desperate like that is the Jets.
Oh, they got some extra picks. They could.
Yeah, yeah, and so they could shuffle it that way. You're gonna That's called creative marketing.
Yeah.
Uh, but then they need three draft choices, like almost in the first round, to do anything significant. So
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's impossible.
yeah, yeah, and I don't see them coming back for years.
Yeah, me neither.
The teams in the middle that dropped off, like the Ravens, I think they'll be right back in the if they get just a couple good picks out of this. Uh, they needed to be remotivated. I think they just got stagnant, got lazy,
Yep.
and the Giants need a little help in that area. But like Kansas City, they're going to bounce right back. Uh,
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Could be outside chance they don't. But the Bills, the Buffalo,
Choke artist. Ah!
yeah, no, he did. But I think having a new coach, and he knows this coach, is going to help motivate him. Uh,
No motivating him.
well, yeah, I don't know how they fell apart because he just won the MVP the year before, and
Yeah.
deservedly so. So something happened, you know. Maybe he was getting along with his wife, or maybe
I who
something,
knows,
yeah,
Yeah.
something wasn't going well at card night or something. But
Yeah.
because he just wasn't performing, especially in that game they got beat. It's like he quit running. Uh,
Yep.
and that's kind of what happened to Patriots. Drake May, he stopped running. I mean, that's part of what makes those guys good.
Yeah,
Is
that's what got him there, and they
Yeah,
just stopped. I don't understand that either, but
and
yeah.
and even just and one thing about Drake May, what he's doing earlier, if he's seen anything coming early, he would run. He wouldn't scramble. He'd run out of the pocket, go reset at the sideline, and throw a decent pass. And that's what what's his face is from the Bills does. They
Josh
scramble.
Allen.
Josh Allen. That's they scramble when they have to. But if they see the pocket's going to break down early, they hurry up and run to another spot where they can reset, and that gives the offense time to go find a new place to receive the ball, get them to go get creative out there. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the first three teams at the bottom we've talked about, and that's going to be kind of our series for the next couple episodes.
yeah, that's
Talk
going to be
about
scary. I wish.
about 2 to 3 teams, maybe more, depending. You know.
Yeah, I don't know what you can do with the Jets. I just maybe they should find a different occupation
Yeah. That's what they're gonna have to do.
because they don't play football. But
Air
thanks. Nice talking to
defense.
you.
Air
Absolutely.
defense.
Hell yeah. But yeah, no. I hope you guys follow us along while we continue to talk about more of the teams on the bottom and how to fix them. We talked about the Raiders; they got some positivity coming, and then we talked about the Jets and uh, Arizona Cardinals, and not seeming like there's too much hope coming out of them next season. But we could be wrong. That's what the off season's for. But at this point in time, it doesn't seem to be enough in the draft, and being able to talk to anybody good to come and play in for you where chasing rings ain't coming to you.
No siree.
So you got to promise some younger middle-aged guy like, hey, you want to come and be the guy? You want to be the man? You want to be the guy that changes the Jets, trajectory forever? Nah, I'd rather go wash some cars or detail,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. You probably had better luck too, you know.
my high school needs a janitor, so I'd rather
Yeah,
go.
right.
But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Pre-bet.
Bet.